Special disclaimer that I, Mystic, and am employee of Wizards of the Coast on the D&D team. Hey y'all, the next few episodes of Utopia will be more horror-leaning than other episodes of Utopia as the party venture into the realm of the Nightmare King. Here's your content warning for the next couple of episodes. This stream may contain scenes and themes some find distressing. Mentions of blood, needles, injections, gore, graphic descriptions, breaking teeth, claustrophobia, death, drowning, drug use, general violence, and disturbing imagery may occur. Our cast will be using lines and veils. If you find scenes too distressing, please feel comfortable exiting. Last time on Utopia podcast. Sibba, Livy, Scylla, all escaped their nightmares, meeting Godfrey in his room and then moving toward the glen. Morgus remains in his, now in a volcanic atmosphere with a war waging around him, and that is where we find the party.
Morgus is going to try to exercise, you said he had that feeling of like not having control of what he said outwardly or like pointing there. I'm going to try to exert some sort of control over my faculties here to try to step into this experience.
Yeah. You are able to. You step in. You march with your troops. And it's not long until it's full out war. You still hear every couple of minutes. You remember the plan, don't you, Morgus?
I don't know the plan.
Magic shoots around you and from others. Give me an intelligence saving throw.
11.
There's something that you willingly allowed to be done to you. There's a magic that's connected. Remember the plan, Morgus.
I will try. Morgus is going to try to feel out that connection.
Mm-hmm.
And try to grab onto it and pull on it somehow, magically, instinctively. I want to pull on that cord.
You grab the cord, physically grab the cord in your dream, and as you do, it illuminates in this brilliant golden light. And you see it extended almost 300 feet in front of you to where a large blue-skinned tattooed Goliath is fighting.
I think Morgus kind of His brow furrows and his eyes sort of widen.
You look down at your hand and there's a large diamond inside it.
I'm going to do everything I can to get across the battlefield to that Goliath.
Yeah. And as you do, for the first time, taking initiative in this nightmare to adhere to the plan, you feel yourself fall into a void and smack boots onto the top of a stone staircase as you look into a black wooden door. What? There's void all around you, nothing but space and stars, and an immensely long staircase behind you, no railings.
What happened?
Godfrey, you hear Morgus on the other side of the door.
On the door, like I have. You did well, Marcus.
Godfrey?
You conquered whatever nightmare you were in. Come on in.
I'm going to look down at my hand.
No diamond. Your wounds are healed.
Sort of clench a fist a bit. Thanks for getting the door. I'll sort of step up into where Godfrey is.
You see paintings on the walls and a door on the other side, and Godfrey and Garacaius in this room.
I believe you were the last one. We can go through the other door now.
Oh. All right.
Are you gonna be well? It's just a nightmare, friend.
Oh, I know that. It was just... It was more data, is what it was. Morgus has this... ominous look of excitement.
When you want to, we could talk about it.
Aye.
But let's finish up the party first. There's a unexpected guest that has waited for Livy. He may need our assistance.
Oh. Lead on then.
Godfrey will open the door.
Yeah, you open the door. And on the other side, in the stark contrast to this black stone room, is the most beautiful glen. You see satyrs and a few other folk, but mostly satyrs, dancing about. There's a table for food. There's bright green trees. The sun is shining. And you see Livy walking alone with Mary, looking very uncomfortable. Ziba talking to an elderly satyr couple, and Scylla far on the other side of the clearing being led away by a satyr who seems to be talking to her about something.
Godfrey will put a hand on Morgus's shoulder and kind of dip down close to him. So Godfrey's head's next to Morgus's. I have just received word that Medusa will be here. We have to be on our toes.
I think you're better at the whole toes thing. I'll just keep an eye out. And I'll move a hand and summon Bitsy.
She appears.
Oh. Alright, good, it works. I'll be attentive. And Morgus's eyes will sort of flash over to Livy. Is Livy in any sort of duress?
He doesn't look well.
Do I recognize this glen? Okay.
Mm-mm.
Okay.
Might not be my
Alright,
place,
where are we
but
off
that is the lady that was in Livy's nightmare.
Ooh. Isn't he?
The one responsible
He
for
sort
his
of-
current condition.
Can Livy, Ziba, Scylla, and either Morgus or Godfrey roll me a d20 and we'll decide how all of this goes down.
You got it, Marcus.
That's my God. How will you guys even be able to keep up with that sexy D20?
That one, what'd you get?
518.
I got a 5.
Okay.
I can't.
That was a
believe
joke on me being bad, but I can't believe I'm not the last person.
Wow.
Y'all were
I go to
competing with me.
3. Got a 3?
I'm sorry.
We're all really like, no, you. No, you
This is
go.
great.
No,
This is
no,
great.
no,
This is
you.
great. They're all out of the way. They're all out of the way. The first round of low rolls gone. Don't have to deal with them.
We'll never have a low roll this entire session break.
Yeah.
Okay, who
Take
got
the
the
dice.
8? Scylla? No, Scylla got that one. Ziba! You get to start us off.
I know what I'm doing.
Yeah, I know, this is going to be great. I will say, as you look around to try and just like find anyone or like see what's going on, you do see Godfrey and Morgus kind of walk randomly out of the trees behind you where you came out.
I have
this way.
food now, right?
Yeah.
Perfect. So, I guess at that point, now that I've found food and I'm content on that front, just like load it up in my arms to like walk over to like Godfrey and Morgus, just shoving food in my mouth, be like, "Hey, about time you guys showed up."
Where'd you get the food?
Well, the old lovely couple, over there, they pointed me in the direction. Is the couple still there?
No, they kind of like wandered on.
I swear there was a couple. Or maybe I just really sniffed this out. Honestly, I'm a little confused right now.
I believe you about the couple, but where's the food? I need to know.
Over there. Is it still there?
You look over there, Morgus, and you don't see a table of food.
What? That's a very rude trick to play after someone's just woken up, Ziba.
I swear it was there. Where did this come from? Did I bring this with me?
How badly do you want food, Morgus?
No, knowing that Ziba has food and I don't have food, and I did smell baking.
Mm-hmm.
That was suddenly not baking.
Mm-hmm.
I want baked goods.
You say
Rather
that,
badly.
and you like look over to the right where you had just like looked before and then looked back to Ziba and then look again. And now there's a few different satyrs milling about what looks to be like a wood burning oven with a few different like cafe tables in front of it. And you smell baked goods again.
Ooh, that looks delightful. I'm gonna eat. Bye.
When he heads off in that direction, can we also see the like oven and baked goods?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay, cool. I'm trying to think of it. I'm losing it.
Just be careful, Morgus. This is still a Rudy's domain.
That like Ziba will let some of the food like dribble out of her mouth. Like this isn't poisoned, right?
I'm sorry, what?
This is a Rudy's domain. We went over this before everyone fell asleep.
Yes, we did, didn't we?
Yeah. That's why we're here. What were
Thank
we
you for the
supposed to be
reminder.
doing?
So enjoy your baked goods. Just be on the lookout. Be careful.
I can enjoy a blueberry scone and keep an eye out at the same time. And he sort of slinks off.
There are a couple different types of blueberry scones, and it seems like there's like a little moment of registration in Morgus where you see like the table of goods they have for sale is almost now exclusively blueberry scones. And as you think about the type of blueberry scone you would want, like the type of icing or how many blueberries in it, like how flaky, is it like a scone for tea or like a French scone that you get at a coffee shop? They all kind of start to morph and change on the table as you kind of reel through this in your mind.
Can Morgus do like a concentration check here? For blueberry scones?
For yourself to see?
Yes.
So you don't spiral out?
Yep.
Go for it.
Okay, what check am I making?
Intelligence saving throw.
Thank you. Okay, all right, 19.
Okay, yeah, you're realizing this is certainly a realm of dreams.
I think Morgus's brow will furrow a little bit, and he'll kind of remember back to some of those little proofs that he wrote down. He'll kind of look around again with a very intrigued look, and he'll pick up a scone and examine it. Go sit down at a table and set the scone down and get out a piece of paper and just make some absent little notes and thoughts, but he's absently going to be doing that while he starts to make observations about this place.
Godfrey, Ziba, do you follow Morgus?
I think now that Ziba like kind of remembers what she's here for, it's kind of like got a sharper look in her eye and be like, so who do we need to question again? Where's the guy in charge of this place? Have you seen him?
I'm sure we will have an opportunity to speak with Arudi again, but we have 3 things that we wanted to do here.
You spoke to Arudi?
Yes.
What do you mean again? Was I there?
You were not. You were asleep at the time. I had to find my way here somehow, right?
Well, what did you ask him?
I wasn't really much of a talker. I figured I would save most of that for once we got here. And I wasn't alone.
Well, we better snoop up on these goods then if we're going to try and bribe him into talking to us.
Wait, what?
What? They're really good. I really probably shouldn't talk about this since I know you can't really eat. Do you eat things still? Can you?
I cannot. The mask is stuck on.
Then I definitely will not bring up how absolutely delicious and buttery and flaky and sweet and amazing this food is at all. Anyways, we'll just shove a bunch of food in your mouth in the most awkward way possible, and then we'll just slink after Morgus, not knowing how to end that conversation.
Oh, we have to find information, save the people of Winston and Ziba.
She's now just at the scone bar. You just see her shoving more, like some in her mouth, some of her arms.
Right.
Back in the backpack. If the backpack exists, I don't know.
Morgus is gonna...
As you like think about a backpack appears on your back, and it seems to like match your backpack that you left with your body back in the material.
I think seeing Ziba at the table, looking up from an equation, Morgus is going to start to focus very hard on the types of scones that Ziba is grabbing to try to change the flavor.
Are you casting magic or trying to like test the dream realm?
I'm trying to like see if I can influence the kind of scones that Ziba's grabbing.
Give me an intelligence saving throw.
24.
Yup. Yes, you can.
Gonna be black pepper, licorice.
I think this is getting to a bullying.
Can't you let me have one
saffron.
good thing in life?
Dibba doesn't know. She can't eat them that fast. She's just shoving them.
They're gonna start sweet, and then they're gonna go overall savory and delicious. But every now and again, there's gonna be like onion.
So you can make a random rolling
Licorice.
table every time you pull a scone out of your backpack. You can figure out what flavor it is. Awesome. We have Livy, who is following a tallish, brown-skinned, blonde-haired woman as she leads you away from a table of refreshments that you and Scylla had found toward the woods. And as you walk through, there's like this little creature with like gray skin that kind of like goes like scampers away into the woods. And as he does, there's like these little black splotches on the ground where he goes. But you continue through there until you get to a little place that seems to look like the little, at least like a side wall, a back wall, another side wall, and the ceiling and the rug of the place in the university where you all used to sit and talk. And there's the big comfy chairs and the fireplace is going.
Livy stands.
Oh, come on, get comfy.
What do you want to talk? Why are you even here?
I was asked to come here. I was invited. Why are you here?
Clearly we were invited as well.
Mm-hmm. Why?
How? What do you want to talk about?
Well, I just wanted to say hello and check in, see how you're doing. You look good. Look good, Livy.
Well, if that's it, I'm leaving.
Okay. How well do you know your new friends?
Pretty well.
Oh, yeah?
What are you insinuating?
Well, 3 of them are attached to different gods. One on one side, a few of others on the other. Something that might be brewing. And we're hoping that you and I can come to an agreement to maybe even the odds a little bit.
Who's we?
Oh, my sire, Nyx.
Of course, it's Nyx.
You said you trust your friend, right? Godfrey?
I trust him, yes.
You trust him with your life.
Yes.
And you trust me
As
with
far
the end
as
of
I
your
can throw you.
life. You can't stay a Dampier forever, Livy.
It seems to be working out pretty well.
Is it though?
Yeah, I'm pretty happy with myself right now. I could become mortal again. I would prefer that over to what you're saying.
You could fly. You could protect your friends better than you do now. Eternal life without wondering if one day maybe the mortal side of yourself would cause you to die. And you'd be with your friend, Godfrey, forever. Helping us fight a fight.
You... you really don't know me that well, do you?
I did once. I would love to again. She goes to reach across the chair for your hand.
Livy slaps it away. You knew me when I was a scared child whose parents just died. Everything I was what you made it. I'm not that person anymore.
You see like a lustful kind of flash, her eyebrows raise. Well, show me who you are then.
We're done here. What is Nick's planning?
You said we're done here. She kind of leans back in the chair and crosses her legs. See you soon.
And Livy leaves. He's not playing this fucking game with her.
Yeah. Give me a perception check as you leave.
16.
Yeah, you notice as you almost go to step on it that those little black puddles of things that weird creature left look like oil. And you like step on the edge of it and your boot slips just a little bit as you continue walking out toward the glen.
Huh. That's something to remember.
You see Morgus and Ziba at a random pop-up in the middle of this like huge space of green, just like eating scones in front of this wood-fired bakery with Godfrey standing nearby.
Livy will silently approach. He's not exactly trying to hide, but he's not being very vibrant.
Yeah. We will go to Scylla. Scylla, you're following behind this fawn furred satyr man. Satyr Snow, you say? And he's got like this little like a bit of a skip to his walk. And he's like walking over to the east side of the glen, and eventually you hear the laughter of children as he kind of turns the corner, and you just see this snow-filled playground where a bunch of satyr kids are sliding down embankments and making snowmen and throwing snowballs. Satyr Snow!
Yeah, that is Satyr Snow. It sure is.
Fun for all ages!
It looks like a family event. It sure does. Hey, where are the illicit drugs at this party?
If you dream it, you can be it. And he gives you sort of a salute and turns and starts to walk back the way you came.
Scylla immediately spins on her heel, looks up, shakes her head, and just thinks of a buffet that she would have seen at the club that she works back at Florencia.
Yeah. It immediately appears in front of you.
She goes over and just starts picking like she would at a buffet on her hand, just on the top.
Mm-hmm.
And if there's anybody like perusing the table, will absolutely. She's full on trying to self-soothe after this nightmare, and bury herself in this party.
Yeah. Give me an intelligence saving throw.
Saving what now?
Intelligence saving throw.
13.
Did it come out as something different?
Came out as a 12.
Oh, sorry, I meant the word when I said it. Oh, jeez.
Yeah, I'm just not used to rolling intelligence saving throws, clearly.
With a 13, as you like take the first thing, you expect sort of an immediate hit of like the rush of this thing. That's a horrible word. I was gonna say
illicit material.
And nothing happens.
Well, this is uneventful. Maybe I have to want it to work. Maybe I just dream what it looks like. I want to forget what I just saw. I want this to be so good that it erases everything I just saw.
You look around as you're thinking that. You look over to your left, and that laughing flash of your sister's face is like an inch from yours and then disappears.
She drops whatever was in her hand. And like backs away from this table completely. And back over to where the kids are playing in the snow.
Mm-hmm.
And just stays there for a second. And looks back down at her hand, kind of wipes off anything that was on it.
Yeah.
And back up at the kids.
So you look back up at the kids. You see that there are 95% satyrs here, but there are like one or two other species of being playing along with them. And you recognize the two other children from Wimston from when you were walking around the city. They're not ones that you've met, but it's a small enough town that you spend enough time there with the families that remained after the Cyclops battle that you recognize them.
If they're running around and playing, she'll sort of wave, catch, and just...
They smile and wave really big. One of them bends down to start making a snowball to throw at you.
She stops. And she gets ready.
Yeah.
And really slowly bends down.
With a 3, it makes it like 2 feet in front of the kid, and then they just start laughing and run away, like to go hide.
If she's got enough time on that 3, can she immediately pick up and try to throw?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So do you want me to...
Just give me a d20 roll, yeah.
Yeah. 8.
Yeah, I mean, you make it closer to them, but you're not able to hit them as they turn and book it away.
Just want to scare them a little.
Yeah.
She'll drop it and kind of to herself shake it off a little and start heading back, I guess, to where her friends were.
Yeah. You turn and head back, and it's like a weirdly long walk. Like you begin to understand that like the amount of space that is this glen is itself amorphous. It seems to be being created and destroyed in a way that isn't natural.
I think it makes her think back about the hallway again, and she starts getting that dull ache in her calves.
Mm-hmm. As soon as that kind of hits, though, you look up and you see this bakery set up and Livy walking from another direction toward Ziba, Morgus, and Godfrey. So you are all once again together.
Good. I was going to come look for the two of you. I'm glad you've made it.
Yeah, sorry. I just had to hit reset after getting here.
Understandable. Garakias let me in on something after you had all passed through the door. Medusa is going to be here.
What is she doing here?
So it turns out their arms full of stones. Is she gonna remember to cut off her head? Just keeps eating.
We shouldn't do anything violent here.
I'm not. Well, I'm not gonna do anything violent. It's just that already happened in a dream, and this is also a dream. So, like, would we be off to a bad foot, you know?
I see. You see, I didn't actually understand what you first said. I just heard head.
Okay, Isabel, like, puts down the scone that was, like, half to her mouth and be like, clearly hearing the thing of, like, don't talk and eat with your mouth full. And also, I'm assuming is Godfrey just giving, like, a look, you know, what parents give when they're, like, trying to say something without saying something? Yeah,
the mask is cocked and, like, in your direction.
That's just it. And not just the 2 degrees communicated at all. And then so it just puts the food down and goes, finishes chewing and goes, yeah, I was just trying to mention, you know, if that's a dream and this is a dream, are those things going to be connected and remembered? Because that might make it hard to, I don't know, get to know a person.
Hard to know.
Maybe you would know. You're the one who talked to Rudy.
Wasn't much of a conversationalist.
Are they still married?
No.
But that wasn't in the book.
Does anyone pull out a Rudy's paper that you got?
Livy does.
Who has that paper?
Livy, as you pull it out, you notice that there's been an addition to the information, which states they built a small home near the glen away from prying eyes and lived in love. Medusa began to age before Rudy's eyes, but she refused to allow him to make her anything more than she was. After many years, their relationship grew strained. Rudy watched his love vanish, having the power to help, but respecting Medusa's wishes. Medusa began spending more and more time away from the cottage. One day, after creating more trees near the gate to help prevent a mudslide from the recent logging, Rudy returned home to find Medusa in bed with Nyx. They stopped their lovemaking as he opened the door, but made no attempt to cover themselves or their adultery. Instead, Rudy left immediately, only to come back to speak to Medusa about her needs, his needs, and their needs together. They decided that Nyx would join their cottage family if she desired, and she did.
So did they adopt Nyx?
Isabel, do you know how you have a mother and a father, presumably?
I think.
So this was like a mother, a father, and a them there.
Okay.
Sometimes you have mothers, fathers, parents together in a house. And it's functional.
So there was like 2 moms. I know some people with 2 moms, but they don't live together. That's cool.
That's cool. So it looks to Livy and Godfrey.
It's like a mom and a dad. Some people also have another mom, but just all of them happen to live together.
Yeah, so
That's exactly right.
So this whole place is presumably some sort of celebration or anniversary of some sort. At least that's what we had come to agreeing before we fell asleep, I thought.
Well, it sounds like everyone was on good terms, so we should be safe.
Yeah.
They are clearly no longer on good terms.
It almost sounds to me like there's more to the story. passage was added only after we crossed over here into this place, realm, space.
And remember, we agreed on doing 3 things here. Finding information, saving the people of Wimston if they need saving, and winning.
That's an important last one right there.
It's
Livy nods.
Do we have more specificity on information?
Oh, we already got a new
Yeah.
paragraph.
There are my sire, I guess is the best way to say it, is here, and she's working for Nyx. I have also discovered there are creatures that are causing oil to accumulate on the ground, so I would advise watching out for that.
Are you alright, Livy?
No, but I don't want to get into it now. Just, if you see her, don't approach her. She's dangerous.
Well, if you need us to deal with the bully, just give us the word.
Livy smiles.
It was like hardcore winking. It's not going well.
You can see it's very strained. Oh, thank you, Ziba. But please, stay away from her.
We'll stick together.
Right. That's
You want something blue, Livy?
I'm fine. Thank you. I don't believe they have anything blue that I could eat here anyway.
If you think about it.
At the mention of food, Ziba and Morgus, you kind of realize that hunger that you had isn't satiated.
Well,
It's an unholy place.
maybe that's why my mom always said don't go to bed hungry. Still did, though. I wasn't eating that broccoli.
Morgus is going to adjust a couple of his calculations. Make a little note about it being an unholy place. Fold up the paper,
I think it's
put it in
actually
his pack.
a very holy place. Like one of the most holy places.
No place, Livy. It leaves hunger unsatiated. He's benevolent.
Y'all.
As Morgus says this, Scylla, it kind of tracks with your experience as well.
Yeah. You dream about a thing here, and it's really rather the opposite of what you want. And she looks down at the ground, kind of kicks her feet a little bit.
So if you think about things and it's the opposite of the thing that you want, what if you just focus on the thing you don't want, and then the opposite of it will be the thing that you do want? I'm sorry.
What?
Worse.
I'm very tired.
I was just thinking about the thing that we do and don't want.
Morgus is going to think about that, get out the paper again, make a couple of adjustments on the equations, and then put it back in his pack.
At this
About
point,
taxes.
there's a white furred satyr that looks to be rather elderly, has like a big beard, like big curly, stick straight up and down horns. And he seems to put a finger to his throat, and you hear his voice as he's holding his finger to his throat. Ladies and gentlemen, children and lovers, welcome to the Satyr Festival! And all of a sudden there's just like this ocean of satyrs around you. Just like the bakery is gone, the tables are gone, the chairs are gone. You're just surrounded by this huge wave of satyrs. And the man who's speaking is raised up onto like a makeshift wooden stage. As we all know, this is day 1 of the festival. Tomorrow we will start the competition. Be sure you sign up for the events you'd like to participate in before sunset. That's right, before sunset. We will have a dance tonight, just like every night. Enjoy refreshments and food until your heart's desire, and we'll see you for the competition start tomorrow. And everyone just like cries and screams, and you see like tankards smashed together as they're chugging, and the satyrs seem to be drunk and full and jolly. And as you look around, you see maybe a handful of other non-satyr individuals. One of them is a small halfling woman with like black leather armor and a thing of daggers across her chest. The other is a purple dragonborn who seems to be holding an axe over his shoulder. And there are others scattered in and out of the groups of people.
When they mentioned signing up for competitions, I was just going to bolt that direction.
Oh dear.
It's difficult to run when you're like, think like music concert crowd, like that's the amount of people that are here. But you can start to like
in a crowd without
snake your way.
A child.
Yes,
a child would disappear.
Yes,
in a split second and get way farther than you think possible.
But you're like a 6 foot tall child, right?
That is still a child, man. It's something with the age range. They just know. They're like, I should take off right now and go this way to get through the quickest. They'll never catch me.
Does anyone try to grab Ziba's arm or anything as she goes to leave?
I will. I'm gonna have Bitsy fly up and follow Ziba.
Mm-hmm.
The satyrs aren't that tall. It's probably you can see her.
Yeah, Livy will follow along. He wanted us to sign up for things anyway, and he doesn't really want to leave Ziba out of his sight.
Okay.
Godfrey will try to keep everyone together for the most part.
I think if everyone starts moving that direction, Scylla will also follow.
Yeah. As you all kind of start moving behind Ziba, Godfrey kind of trying to herd cats a little bit to try to, like, what does Godfrey say to Morgus to have Morgus follow? You know, like, is all this starts to happen.
You beat me to it. I was gonna ask, like, whoever's in front of me, if you're wearing a coat or something, I'm just gonna grab the back of your coat and walk, and then I'm going to have my eyes go up into Bitsy's.
Mm-hmm. Great. Yeah. Bitsy and Ziba lead you over to where some lines are forming around just like a large, the same kind of thing like a bounty board you would find in a city, where there are a bunch of different papers and quills for folks to sign up for things. The line is already a little bit long. There'll be a little bit of a wait as you go, but there are different satyrs kind of walking through the lines to help if anyone has questions.
Can I ask a question just logistically, because I'm stuck on this?
Mm-hmm.
Is it very often that you see crowds of satyrs this large?
Absolutely not.
Okay, so like, because their like weight isn't like perfectly above their body, right? Like their knees and their elbows stick more. Is it way more likely that I'm going to get kneed or kick someone in the ankle just because of their physique and not experience being in these kind of crowds?
Maybe, I don't know. You tell me.
I just feel like logistically that would be a thing. It would be way more likely that you would get like kneed or kick someone's ankle just because of the way that their body weight has to sit on their legs.
Probably not as difficult as if this was like a crowd of centaurs. Like, I feel like that's probably more difficult to manage.
Probably.
feel like it would still really suck if somebody accidentally stepped on your foot, though.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
That's true.
ow.
Yeah.
Now I'm imagining as Ziba goes through this crowd, just sorry.
Sorry, didn't mean to kick you there. That's what I'm wondering. If like by the time I get in line, is like are people like peeved at me and I feel bad because I keep kicking you in the ankle, so I have to like oh no, you go in front of me. I kicked you in the ankle 3 times. It's my bad. I'm so sorry.
I think if you kick a satyr in the ankle 3 times, it would be weird for you to realize that they're like not even remotely peeved. Like not even like literally no negative thought whatsoever.
Huh. It's just a satyr thing? Okay.
As you get into line, you stand directly behind the halfling that you saw in black leathers.
Do I notice that the halfling is sitting right in front of me?
Is Ziba in the habit of looking down?
that's what I'm wondering. Because I feel like at this point, there's been some like, okay,
I think maybe you bump into her if you're not paying a little that much attention, and then you're like, oh, you know.
Oh, sorry, how you doing? So sorry about that.
She turns to look at you, and there's just like, her eyes are completely bloodshot. Her skin is kind of paper see-through, and her body mass is very gaunt.
You good? There was a scone table earlier.
Have to win the competition. Give me a perception check, Ziba.
Alright. I'm not good at those. It's a 6.
Yeah, not quite enough.
That's why I'm like, would I notice?
Have to win. She turns back around.
Are any particular event? Like, are you just like known for it? Okay.
She flips sort of the crossbody piece of leather she has on around. I think at that point, when you're like, any type of competition, you see that this piece of leather holds 10 sapphire hilted daggers. One of the slots seems to be missing.
Sapphire dagger. Why is that ringing a bell? Didn't I find a dagger that was really ornate and give it to a child once, or did that not happen? That did happen, right? Would Ziba remember this?
Yeah.
Okay.
A very specific halfling that we bumped back into in town.
Yeah, that's what I thought, but like, would Ziba remember that? Because the last time Ziba saw that child, Ziba was like, who are you? But I feel like she knows weapons, and I feel like Ziba would remember the dagger.
Definitely remembers, and remembers who it was, yeah.
Yeah, I'd be like, I think I know what your missing one is.
No real response, just like a step forward with the line.
I swear, what was her name? There was like the kid who had a dagger just like that. Did you sell one of your set to them?
You can all hear this at this point as you're all in the same line as Ziba behind her.
Who was that annoying kid? It was Willow?
You mean Carling?
Carling?
Yes.
Oh! Yeah, that sounds right.
When you say the word Carling, she turns around, Ziba, and grabs your waist and looks up at you. Carling? And you see like a push through. The color of the irises tries to push through. There's like this tiny flush of blood that fills her cheeks. You know,
When this woman grabs Ziba, Scylla like immediately takes a step forward towards her.
Mm-hmm. Carling, where is she?
Yeah, she should be around here somewhere. I think I remember saying she was coming to this.
Carling? Carling? She starts to like yell to no response. And then the yells kind of get quieter and quieter. Till she finally is just, I have to win. She turns back around toward the board.
Why do you have to win?
Am I close by?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you're all just in line with
Do I
Siva.
see any bite marks on her?
Oh, give me a perception check.
That's not my greatest specialty, but we're gonna give it a college. That's a 7.
Would investigation be better?
Yes, it would. Thank you, benevolent DM.
In this moment,
That's a nat 1, baby.
Oh my God. That was intimidation you rolled, but
that was intimidation.
Takes away the nat 1.
Oh, the nat 1 is a nat 1.
It
there
would
don't
be
seem to be any bite marks that you
Okay.
can see.
Oliver's gonna think that's weird, but he's like, well, I didn't see any.
Mm-hmm.
I think Morgus is gonna seeing that color sort of come and then leave. Morgus is gonna have a thought. His brow is gonna furrow. Bitsy is gonna kind of land on his head a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Can I guide myself?
Through Bitsy.
And through Bitsy, because I can as a wizard. But Morgus is thinking, has this person made it through the door like we did or not?
Mm.
Like could she be in a waking nightmare of sorts?
Give me an intelligence check.
May I guide myself? Is that a thing I can do?
Through
Okay.
Bitsy, yes, you can.
Okay.
As long as you expend the necessary stuff and cast through Bitsy.
It is a cantrip?
I thought so.
Okay. I don't have to if it's not allowed.
No,
I just want to make
that's
sure.
allowed.
Okay.
You're good.
Awesome.
You can also just cast guidance on yourself.
but through Bitsy anyway. What? Just a general intelligence check?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Let's say you can add your proficiency modifier, your bonus.
Okay. For some reason, this math is really hard, even though it really shouldn't be. It's a 12.
She definitely isn't still. She definitely made it through a door.
Okay.
At some point.
At this point, can I tap the lady on her shoulder again and lean down and be like, what happens if you don't win?
You stay.
Does that apply for everyone?
She looks around. For us.
Who's us?
She turns back around.
It's anyone who's not a saint or Ziba.
You know, you don't know that. You don't know that.
I could draw a reasonable conclusion.
Well, there's also a conclusion that her child was a part of the whatever court that we are carousel court that we're a part of, and there's a high likelihood she could have too. Is it something tied up with that? Still don't trust those people completely.
What?
The line moves up.
Or does it just have to do with people that have more contact with gods than most of these satyrs here?
You look over, Ziba, and you see the man with the axe, the Dragonborn. He has the same exact look on his eye, the same gaunt body shape. The way that his clothes hang on his body shows that he's lost an immense amount of weight. And he's, at 2, is just staring at the board. that's it. Thank you so much for listening to episode 19 of season 2 of Utopia. If you're liking what you're hearing, feel free to follow, subscribe, like, leave a comment, leave a review, whatever you can do on whatever platform you are enjoying this media on. We cross the gamut. Next week we have season 1, episode 2 of But Then What, our improv stream. We have some awesome guests on for that, with myself as the host telling a fun story live on air, not live taped, but live on stream. If you want to support us, join our Discord, or send us some coffee money. Our Ko-Fi is linked wherever you're listening, down in the doobly-doop or in the chat. Intro and outro by Nolan Clock. Everything else by myself and the cast. I hope you have a really, really great day.